Did you know that 60% of the most innovative ideas came from combining old concepts in new ways? It's true. Some of the world's most successful inventions weren't brand new. They were clever twists on ideas that already existed. Take the iPhone, for example. It wasn't the first mobile phone, but Apple combined phones, music players, and the internet into one device, changing the world forever. But how can you do the same? How can you take something old and turn it into something fresh? In this guide, I'll show you how to dig deep into forgotten ideas, mix old with new, and even reimagine the past to create your own original concepts. Whether you're a designer, a writer, or just someone looking to spark creativity, these strategies will help you think outside the box. You'll learn how to remix old ideas like a DJ, combine fragments from different fields to build something new, and use simple what-if questions to open up endless possibilities. This isn't about reinventing the wheel. It's about finding hidden gems in the ideas that are already out there. Ready to unlock your creative potential? Let's dive in. The secrets to original thinking are just a few pages away. Chapter 1. Rewind and Remix. Time travel through ideas. Have you ever found yourself stuck, looking for new ideas but feeling like everything has already been done? The key might be going backward, not forward. Remixing old ideas is a powerful tool for creating something original. Think of it like DJing. You take a familiar beat and mix it with something new to make it fresh. In fact, most successful innovations come from remixing existing concepts. For example, the iPhone wasn't the first mobile phone, but it combined old ideas, cell phones, music players, and internet access in a completely new way. The concept of remixing isn't new. In the world of music, DJs have been doing this for decades, turning the familiar into something unique. The same strategy applies to creativity in other fields. Just look at movies. Disney's The Lion King is a modern retelling of Shakespeare's Hamlet. It's not a brand new idea, but it's the way the story is told that makes it stand out. When you remix, you're not necessarily copying, you're blending the old with new elements. The famous designer Yves Saint Laurent once said, "Fashion fades, but style is eternal." His creations weren't always brand new, but he had a knack for reinventing timeless classics. In a similar way, remixing old concepts can breathe new life into them, making them feel relevant to today's audience. One of the easiest ways to remix is by combining unrelated concepts. Look at how Apple reinvented the personal computer market by combining technology with user-friendly design. Combining different industries or ideas can spark a creative explosion. If you're looking to come up with something original, try combining two completely different concepts, like a wearable fitness tracker with mental health apps. Remember that remixing doesn't always mean copying. Instead, it's about reimagining, combining, and reinventing. Every original idea has roots in something that came before. So, don't be afraid to look back at the past. Rewinding and remixing old concepts can help you generate something entirely new. Chapter 2. The Jigsaw Puzzle Mindset. Combining fragments. Creativity is often about putting together seemingly unrelated pieces to form a complete picture. Think of it like a jigsaw puzzle. You don't need all the pieces to see the bigger picture. Sometimes, it's about how you put them together. Often, the most original ideas are created by combining fragments from different fields, cultures, or time periods. Consider how Pixar blends storytelling with cutting-edge animation. Pixar's formula is simple. Take basic storytelling elements, love, loss, friendship, and combine them with modern animation technology to tell timeless stories. Their movies aren't just about animation. They're about weaving together elements from different areas to make something truly original. One of the best examples of combining fragments comes from Leonardo da Vinci. He wasn't just a painter, he was an inventor, scientist, and engineer. By drawing from a wide range of knowledge, he was able to bring fresh perspectives to art. His famous painting, The Vitruvian Man, is a blend of art and human anatomy. By combining these two fields, he created something far beyond what was previously thought possible. A unique aspect of the jigsaw puzzle mindset is that the pieces don't always have to fit perfectly. Sometimes, the most innovative ideas come from mismatched pieces. Google started as a search engine, but it has expanded into a global powerhouse by adding new fragments to its puzzle. Today, Google offers everything from email services to self-driving cars. This mindset doesn't just apply to business or technology. In the culinary world, chefs often combine ingredients in unexpected ways. Take the Japanese fusion cuisine trend, which blends traditional Japanese dishes with other culinary influences. The result? Something entirely new and exciting. Combining old concepts in unique ways often leads to breakthroughs. If you want to build your own puzzle, start by collecting pieces from your everyday life. Listen to podcasts, read books from different genres, and watch documentaries. Over time, you'll have a collection of fragments to mix and match. You'll be amazed at how many original ideas come from simply combining the pieces you already have. Chapter 3. The What If Lens. Reimagine the past. One of the most powerful tools for creating original ideas is asking the question, what if? Reimagine the past. What if things had turned out differently? This mindset can lead to fresh ideas and innovative solutions by challenging existing assumptions and thinking beyond the norm. Take Harry Potter, for example. J.K. Rowling took traditional elements of fantasy, wizards, magic, and mythical creatures, but reimagined them in a modern setting. She didn't invent magic, she reimagined it. By asking herself, what if a boy discovered he was a wizard, she created one of the most successful franchises in history. The what if technique is also used by great entrepreneurs. For instance, Jeff Bezos asked, what if people could buy books online, and built Amazon? He didn't invent the internet or books, but he reimagined how they could be combined. This kind of thinking can be applied to any field. Ask yourself, what if I combined old ideas in a way no one has thought of before? The answers might surprise you. Reimagining the past also involves examining what worked and what didn't. History is full of inventions and ideas that could have gone differently. The Wright brothers didn't invent the airplane from scratch. They took what they knew about flight, engineering, and mechanics, and reimagined how those ideas could work together. The concept of flight existed long before they succeeded, but it was their unique reimagination that led to a groundbreaking achievement. The beauty of the what if lens is that it challenges the way we view reality. It allows us to think about alternatives, to explore paths not taken. In fact, research from the Journal of Creative Behavior suggests that what if questions can significantly boost creative thinking. By forcing ourselves to ask questions, we open our minds to new possibilities. The best part? Anyone can ask, what if? It doesn't matter your background or industry. It's a simple question with endless potential. The next time you're stuck, ask yourself, what if I did this differently? What if I combined two old ideas in a new way? You might just unlock a world of possibilities. Chapter 4. Fossilized ideas. Digging up hidden gems. Sometimes the most original ideas are buried beneath the surface, hidden away in forgotten concepts. Think of these old ideas as fossils, long neglected but still full of potential. Just because an idea didn't succeed before doesn't mean it's not worth exploring again. The key is digging beneath the surface and giving these fossils new life. Take the example of the bicycle. In the 19th century, it was a clunky, awkward invention. But in the 20th century, it evolved into something sleek and efficient, due to new materials and design improvements. The idea of a bicycle never went away, but by rethinking and updating it, companies turned it into an eco-friendly, high-tech mode of transport. In a similar way, re-examining old ideas can breathe new life into them. The idea of fossilizing ideas may sound strange, but it's actually a common practice in history. The concept of zero existed in ancient civilizations long before it became widely used in mathematics and science. It was only when people like Indian mathematician Brahmagupta reintroduced it with a new purpose that zero became a key part of modern mathematics. Similarly, you might find that old ideas can be repurposed and given new meaning. The process of digging up old ideas doesn't mean copying them outright. It's about reviving and giving them a fresh perspective. You can look at things that didn't work in the past and ask yourself, why didn't this work? And how can I make it work now? Even a failed idea can be a stepping stone to success. For example, many of the innovations we use today, like the electric car, were once considered impractical or too expensive. But with time and new technology, they became viable. Digging up fossilized ideas requires curiosity and an open mind. Think about how ancient techniques, like traditional Japanese pottery, are still influencing modern art. Many contemporary artists use old, traditional methods as the foundation for creating new masterpieces. You can apply the same approach to problem solving. Look for patterns and ideas from the past that might have been overlooked or dismissed. You never know what hidden gems you might find. One example of rediscovering an old idea is the resurgence of vinyl records. Vinyl was once considered outdated and impractical in the digital age. Yet, over the past decade, it has seen a massive revival. People appreciate the authenticity and warmth of the sound. The lesson here? Just because something is old doesn't mean it's no longer valuable. With the right approach, what's old can become new again. Chapter 5. The Reverse Engineering Formula. Deconstruct and rebuild. When it comes to creativity, sometimes it's helpful to take things apart before you put them back together. Reverse engineering is a strategy where you break down an existing idea or product into its components to understand how it works. Once you know how something functions, you can rebuild it in a new, original way. One of the best-known examples of reverse engineering is how companies like Apple and Microsoft developed their software. The personal computer wasn't a new concept when they came along. Instead, they looked at what was already available, figured out what worked, and improved on it. Apple's Macintosh, for instance, took ideas from early graphical user interfaces but made them more user-friendly, intuitive, and visually appealing. The concept of reverse engineering isn't limited to tech. In fact, artists often use the same technique to improve their work. Many musicians deconstruct songs to understand how different parts come together. For example, the Beatles were known for taking the structure of popular music and breaking it down to create something entirely new. They didn't invent rock music, but they took it apart and rebuilt it in their own innovative way. Reverse engineering also encourages you to be critical of what's already been done. It allows you to ask questions like, what can be improved? What can be removed? What new possibilities exist if I combine these parts in a different way? By doing this, you remove unnecessary complexity and focus only on what works. In fact, some of the most successful inventions came from a simple idea that was restructured. The electric toothbrush, for example, wasn't a new concept, it was a redesign of an existing manual brush. This strategy can also be applied to writing. If you're a writer, take a classic piece of literature and break it down. What made it successful? What were the underlying themes, structure, and pacing? By understanding what makes a story work, you can reverse engineer your own creative process to build a more compelling narrative. Another advantage of reverse engineering is that it helps you avoid unnecessary reinvention. Instead of starting from scratch, you can build on a foundation that already exists. By understanding the core of a concept, you can refine and innovate without having to constantly reinvent the wheel. Chapter 6. The Hybrid Mind. Combining the best of both worlds. Innovation often arises from blending two seemingly unrelated concepts to create something entirely new. The idea behind the hybrid mind strategy is simple. By combining the best aspects of different fields or ideas, you can create a solution that's more powerful than either one on its own. Take the example of hybrid cars. These vehicles combine traditional gasoline engines with electric power to create a more sustainable form of transportation. This combination of two technologies led to a completely new approach to driving. The same principle applies in other areas, from business to art. Combining ideas from different industries can result in groundbreaking innovations. Consider the world of fashion. Designers often mix different cultural influences to create something unique. For instance, many contemporary fashion designers blend traditional Asian fabrics and patterns with modern Western styles. The result is a fusion of old and new that appeals to a global audience. This is a perfect example of how combining different ideas can create something original. The hybrid mind strategy also works in the world of technology. One notable example is the rise of smartphones. These devices combine the functions of a mobile phone, a computer, a camera, and a music player all in one. Before smartphones, these technologies were separate entities, but by merging them, companies like Apple revolutionized the way we live and communicate. This strategy can be used in more creative fields, too. Many modern artists take inspiration from multiple genres to create something fresh. Take street art, for example. It combines graffiti with traditional fine art, creating a new medium that resonates with modern culture. The combination of different artistic approaches allows for more expression and impact. To cultivate a hybrid mind, start by exposing yourself to different areas of interest. Learn about other industries, cultures, or fields of study. The more diverse your knowledge, the more likely you are to see connections between them that others might overlook. The key is not to limit yourself to one area of expertise but to embrace a broader worldview. Even in everyday life, we use hybrid ideas. Think about the combination of home automation and personal security. Products like smart locks and cameras merge the convenience of smart home technology with the need for safety and privacy. This is a perfect example of how two separate ideas can work together to make life better. The hybrid mind strategy allows for endless creativity. It encourages us to find connections in the most unlikely places and create solutions that are greater than the sum of their parts. So, embrace the concept of combining different worlds. The next time you're facing a creative block, think about how two ideas you love could work together to form something new and exciting. By digging into forgotten concepts, reverse engineering existing ideas, and combining different elements to form hybrids, you're on your way to unlocking original ideas. Creativity doesn't always come from starting from scratch. Sometimes it's about taking what's already out there and making it your own. By applying these strategies, you can give new life to old concepts and turn them into something groundbreaking. If you enjoyed this guide, don't forget to subscribe for more creative tips and techniques to keep your mind sharp and ideas fresh.